Hey, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, you didn't have to do it, but he did. Oh, we give an honor, God. Welcome back to the Raw Podcast. Stone Awesome Warriors. I'm Jackie H, your host. I'm glad to be back for one more session with you. And hopefully, that something I say today or something that you can glean from to make your life better or give it a thought. Sometimes we don't have to change. Sometimes just getting another point of view make us see something different. So I vow to tell about my life, share my upbringing, and my process and my journey. So today, my topic I named it practical things. The practical things, and there was a gentleman that was in church, and every time he would talk, he would say, "Make it practical." And that always stuck with me. Like, don't say something over my head. Make it that I can understand. That's what I got out of it. So today, I hope that I can share some things that's on my heart about relationship and marriage. I, I couldn't talk about this before because in my earlier days because I hadn't went through it yet. So I think I have a little bit that I can talk about because I have been married for 21 years. Lost my husband in 2021 during the COVID season. And even before then, I have been in relationships. So I think that I can just offer something from just going through some things, my journey. And what I want to share today about practical things, you know, sometimes we have our women's meeting. I'm just going to talk from the women point of view that we'll sit around and we'll talk about, life in general, how we can be uh, better wives, how we can be better mothers, or how you can be better servants, whatever that is. And that can go for the men too. They probably have conversation. How could I make things better? And what I found out is it's the little things that we bypass, the practical things. Sometimes we're so deep that we forget the small things is what works. The small thing works. So I'm going to give you some things that happened to me in my life so maybe you can get a better picture of what I'm talking about. So you hear people uh, say, we can't get along or uh, getting divorced over things that you look at it and say, like, hey, y'all been together for 25 years and now you finally want to get a divorce. And I know coming up, I saw a lot of loveless marriage. I called it loveless because it was like people was just together for whatever reason. It wasn't really love to me. It was like, uh, well, I came up in church, so it was like God don't like divorce. Whether we getting along or not, we're gonna stay together. Uh, it like the two people didn't even like each other. That's how I saw it in my eyes as a young person. Like they don't even like each other. Why are they together? But people stay together for different reasons. But I learned through my life that the practical things and the things that we don't work at is those things that keep you going. When I hear someone say they've been together for 35 years or they've been married for 6 years, I know and you know that all those days was not good. So what kept them together? Were they able to bend? Was they able to uh, divide responsibility? Was they able to compromise? Was they able to see that it's not always my way or the highway? What kept someone together for 60 years, 40 years? And then you hear about people who've been married for 30 years and then they got a divorce. What? You stay together that long? Now it's a divorce? Oh, breakup? So my mind always going to what happened? And most time, it's the little things that wasn't done. You didn't listen enough. You didn't care enough about me. Everything was about you. Just things like that will cause someone to go another way. So I remember my husband, he loves to eat, right? I'm going to talk about practical things. So in your dating, if you're not talking, most of us when we dating is because we feeling something, whatever you're attracted to, and that sometimes it blinds you because there's things that later on that you complain about. If you wasn't so gooey eyed and had all these bumps going up and down your arm, you would have saw that because really they didn't change, like what you don't like now, they was doing it on day one, but because of the frame of your mind or the frame of the mind that the person was in, it didn't matter at that moment. You're in love now, this is something new. This is how it works. So I knew my husband liked to eat. And I'm just going to use one incident. He loved potato salad. I think I told this story before. He loved potato salad. That was something that I didn't make. I couldn't cook. Still trying at it. So knowing that, I start practicing making potato salad. So one time I braved it and made it for dinner. And I said, I got your favorite food today. I said, okay, make potato salad. So he ate it. And he went back for a second helping. I thought I was in there now. He went back to eat twice. That means I must did pretty good. So that was that. He said, thank you. So about 3 weeks later, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to make some potato salad, without dinner. We're going to have a dinner. This time he said, oh no. He said, no, that's okay. You don't have to make that. I'm good. What? Now, if you're not paying attention, it probably would have went over my head that he just didn't want potato salad today. No. When you know that's the favorite and you telling me, never mind, open up your ears. Listen. I said, why? You didn't like it? You ate? He said, it was okay, but I ate it to please you because you took the effort to make it, but it wasn't quite there. Wow. Now, you don't get mad about that and don't do nothing else? He was compromising. He ate the potato salad, 2 plates. But instead of telling me, that was his way of saying thank you. So I went and started practicing real. I asked a couple of people, show me how to make the potato salad. If you want to please, if it's the practical things, why am my husband, boyfriend, kids, somebody else eating somewhere else? Well, okay. Let's break this down for a minute. I know this is gonna be a touchy subject to some people because we don't like to hear truth about things. The reason why they eating over there because you can't cook. It's raw. This is raw podcast, and they ain't gonna say it. So to keep the argument down, because if they say that, it's an argument. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be the practical things. You met your spouse, you met your friend, you met your girlfriend, whatever, and you went to their family home, and you know that their mother house was clean from the top to the bottom. You see that. You already know where I come from. It don't have to mean that you had to be that way. I'm just using practical things. This is stuff people argue over. You'd be surprised with why people can't get along. It's the things that you're not willing to change or amend, or if it's for the betterment of us getting together. Because you can have a great person, but just maybe We have some things that's just different. We was both raised in different environments, different culture, different, whatever that is. But are you willing to let's compromise on something? You don't have to change your whole being. So now he don't want to come home or she don't want to come home because your house is dirty and you're offended. Well, if you can't clean or if you can't do something different to have a good person to stay home or this is workable, hire a cleaning service because you're aiming to please. You know, my husband told me I was a nag. Several times he called me that word, okay? But let me tell you why he called me that. Because I didn't like dirtiness. I didn't like a messed up house, a car, whatever that was. That's the way I was raised, to the point that it was aggravating that I would aggravate him. Now, one thing, and my nieces and them, they hardcore, so that's why I always say my nieces and them, because they always ask me, Jackie, why are you looking like that? Why are you dressed like that? What is that you got on? And sometimes I come out as it's bad, y'all. Okay, but one thing they could never say, Jackie, why you smell like that? Jackie, why? It was never about cleanliness. It was just stuff I had on. So that was a pet peeve of mine, where I lay my head in my bed. My husband was a mechanic. So there was oil. I'm just, okay, can I talk to you? This is practical thing. I'm talking about the practical thing. He could have washed up at the job and took some extra clothes because I packed it for him. I'll pack it for you. Let's compromise. I don't want to lay in my bed and feel like that I'm trying to fix a tire. My pillowcase don't need to look like that. We was raised, before you go to bed at night, make sure your kitchen is clean. Make sure that if somebody gonna visit you in the morning, your house is respectable. Okay, that's where I come from. Well, you might meet someone that's different. Well, you can't make them you, but what can we compromise on? It's these little practical things that we can talk about. The biggest thing is conversation. Let's talk about it. We don't have to lose and not have because we don't know each other. I'm surprised that like a lot of people when we have our meetings, like what do your wife like? What do your children like? What do your supervisor? It's relationship. It's getting to know the person. I'm not a flower person. I'm not the girl that you need to bring flowers. I don't like flowers. I can't keep them. But if you talk to me, you'll know that. It's about conversation. It's about getting to know one another. If you're interested, the practical things that we are missing and we're losing, then it turns into I don't want to come home, or we broke up over this, or we can't get along over this. And it's something that is easy to fix if you're willing to make it work. Two different people, I don't care what it is, if it's a working relationship, if it's a church relationship, if it's a father and son, daughter and mother, it don't have to just to be marriage or you dating. Anything that you're interested in, you'll find out about it. And if I can sometimes give of myself to change without changing who I am. Now, I'm not talking about going all the way out and just change your whole personality. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the practical stuff. Okay. So I used to have, I was raised in a Christian home. So when I talk, y'all, I come from what I came up in and how I saw it. The day is different, but I still speak from that era sometimes. Everything is written in the Bible. This is what they used to tell us. Especially on marriage and relationship. Anything you want to know about your marriage is found in the Word of God. Love your wife, love your husband. They will quote all the scripture. And I was like, well, the Bible didn't tell me how to make the potato salad. And I'm not being funny. I'm just being serious. The practical things is something you have to go study. They say the older women teach the younger. Something you're gonna have to do. Thank God for Google. Thank God for YouTube. You can ask some questions these days. You're not gonna find that in the Bible. Not that. So even though it give us the baseline to love, well, some of us don't even. It say love your wife as God Christ loved the church. Well, we don't. If you have a person that don't even love God and don't even know about God's love, how are you going to show me love or just demonstrate what you just quoted to me? So sometimes we have a lot of words, we have a lot of things we say, but it's just the little practical things that you just go do. Give of yourself. You know that your wife loved this. You don't go get that. You know, I'm just. It's the little things. Wives, if you know he don't like you talking a lot, I mean, at these days there's some men that can talk too. I'm just using some things. Another thing I found out, my husband loved TV. When I say love it, I'm talking about when we walk in the house, before he take his coat off, he got the remote control, the TV went on. All night, all day. He got off on Friday afternoon, evening, that TV didn't go off till Monday morning till he went back to work. Well, I was a person, I love quietness. How we gonna do this? And it wasn't like I was in the house that I can go upstairs and you downstairs. We in an apartment, a one bedroom apartment. There's some apartments that you can go down a hall to the bedroom, but it's not. Ours was when we walk out our bedroom, we walk right into the living room. So that's how close our two TV was. One in the living room, one in the bedroom. And then he was hard of hearing. So it wasn't like it was low, it was loud. How do you compromise? How do you talk without getting into an argument over TV? I mean, these little practical things. Let's share. Sometimes you got to say, okay, now I done heard your TV all night. Can you turn it down just a little bit? Maybe get some, offer him some ear pieces. I don't know. Whatever it is to make it work. Instead of everybody going at each other over something that could be fixed. And then sometimes you have to bend. Sometimes you have to turn it down, sir. Okay, we can't do that. That's why I was called a nag. Because after a while, I was repeat the stuff that bothered me. So I had to take the name. And it's okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it didn't. We stayed together for 21 years, but I learned to bend. I learned to some things you stand on, some things it's not going to work. But if you find those little things that is keeping you from having success, most of the time it's the practical things, the little thing that can turn anything. And you can have a long lasting relationship with anybody and anything if you're willing to conversate, if you're willing to bend sometime, if you realize everything is not your way all the time, it's give and take. You can't be one way. So I learned that through a process. It didn't come overnight. So I'm just sharing. I'm sharing that you don't have to lose everything you work for. Sometimes it's just take a little bit of understanding of what it takes to have success. Like I said again, just because somebody tell you they was married or been together for a certain amount of time don't mean every day was sunshine. But they found the way. They found a way to make it work. Now there are some things that people just tolerated. Well, we're together for 21 years because I can't afford to live by myself. That's that's gonna be a hard road. But even in that, what are we willing to stay here together? Then what's the boundaries? What could we do to make it work? I might can't afford an apartment by myself. I might have to live with someone. But you can't go with just your ideas and you know you have a roommate or you no, no, it's compromises. What could we do? How could we make this situation that we are put in? Some people stay together because of the children. As soon as the last kid get out, they separate. You don't see that. You just say, heck, they was together for 18 years, 20 years, and now they divorced. Well, they was divorced at the 5 year point, the 4 year point. But because of the situation, people stay together or try to make something work that's not working. But why are we here? So let me tell you, when I first met my husband, I'm gonna put it all on me. I'm talking about my life, but hopefully it's something I'm saying that you can see some similarities or something that you can change and just look at the practical things that can change. When I met my husband, we used to go away every weekend. Honest to God, every weekend. We didn't skip not one unless we both had to sing. We both sing in a gospel group. If we didn't have to sing, we went away. It was Atlantic City, Delaware, wherever we was out. So I'm thinking, oh, this guy is really outgoing. Because I got a place. If anybody know me, I'm not a traveler like that. So, but I did it, let's go, he get off of work. I had the clothes packed. He would take the shower at the hotel. That's how we left. I was like, okay. So then when we got our own place, moved in together, it stopped a lot. I'm like, okay, what happened here? The weekends turned into, I couldn't even get you up from the TV. What I found out was, when I met him, we were staying with his brother. And because of the relationship of how they moved into that apartment, without him knowing that his brother was going to move, and one day he had to come home and move all this stuff in 2 days. And so he had a whole history behind living with his brother. I didn't know it. So the going away on the weekends was to get away because he was mad. I wasn't privy to it. Sometimes talking, that's why I say conversation is key. I'm thinking, boy, this man loved to go. Whew, Jesus. You live for the week. He was living for the weekend. I didn't know it was to get away. So when we got our own place, you couldn't hardly get him to move. He was in the sports. He was in the TV. And when I say sports, I'm not talking about just two sports. He was in the sports. That means football, baseball, basketball, tennis, bowling, NASCAR, anything that was competition. That's what we did. We dressed up for it. We put on jersey and everything in our own home to watch a game. He was a fan. He was a die-hard fan. I didn't know all this because we stayed away on the weekends. So when get to know is the practical things. I love sports, but I didn't like it like that. So we had to negotiate. I sat and watched some things with him that I didn't want to watch. He sat and came with me on things that I know he wasn't interested in. Give and take. The practical thing. If we're sharing, let's share it across the board. Let's do one. It can't be your way all the time, my way all the time. What are you doing for the practical things? How could you save some things that's going downhill if you just change some of the things and be interested in your relationships? And for the church people, come in, come close. Those in the back, come on up here with me. Sit on the front row or sit with me. I'm being very serious. Because you like this, because you love to go to church, because you don't mind going to 35 Bible classes, because you don't mind, hey, give up one of them nights. You got to be practical. And for those of you who don't go to church and you just want to hang out at bars and you just want to go to parties every time, hey, come on. You got to give and take. So maybe one of these weekends you got to stay home. Maybe one of these nights we're just gonna turn everything off and we're just gonna talk to each other. I'm talking about saving marriages. I'm talking, God wants you to be together. He not interested because you did this. Oh, I'm praising the Lord, and I'm going to Bible study and blah, blah, and your house is upside down from the practical things. Let's look into that. Have your date night. Every night you can't be in church. Every night you can't be partying. Every night you can't have somebody. If you want to make this work, it's the practical thing. What got you here? Some people, after they catch you, after you get into it, you stop doing the things that got you there. I have a day. I started this years ago. It don't work. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know. Mondays is my day. I tell everybody that knows me, everybody who knows me, Monday is my rest day. It's a day I'm going to do what Jackie wants to do. Even in being in a relationship. On the day, if it ain't nothing that we need to do, let me have Monday. What day you want? Then it's Friday our day for dates. Okay, you got to set some time aside, the practical thing, because the healthier me is good for you. If I'm all torn up and down and can't figure nothing out and keep running, no. Take your time. Have that downtime. Do the practical things. Sometimes you just need a day of rest. Those of you who have kids, you ask my babysitter, do something. Take a date night. Ask somebody to help you. It's important. Those little things go far. You know that man like to eat. You know that woman like for you to come home and do whatever it is. I like a man that helps around the house. That's what my dad, I came up in that. That's what my dad, I know everybody wasn't raised like that. So I can't expect you to do something that you wasn't. But I tell you ask me what I like, I'll tell you. Come on, help me do the dishes. Give me a day off. But it's communication. Communication, y'all. That's all I'm talking about. This is marriage 101. That's relationship 101. With across the board. It's not one way. It's not just my way. It's not just your way. It's a relationship. Two people, two things come together with totally different ideas, and we're trying to walk this path. We're trying to walk down this road. You coming with yours, I'm coming with mine, but you bring some of yours, I bring some of mine, and then there's something we're going to create together. My mom do it this way. You're not with your mom right now. My father, hey, we could take some things from each, but we're together. But if I love you enough, if you say that's what your mom did, that's what you like, I compromise. Some things I can't compromise. I could do that. Some practical things I can do. I don't have to do everything, but you can't walk into a relationship and don't want to change nothing. You don't want to change at all. And fussing and arguing all the time with each other and around your children, around people, it's taxing. It's taxing. Sometimes sit back and take a chill pill and see why. See what, and you'd be surprised. It would be the small things that somebody's just not respecting each other, or you don't even know what you're arguing about. You don't argue so much that it's just normalcy. Some people was raised in that kind of environment. I wasn't raised with my dad and mom fuss. So I met a guy one time, and that's all their parents did. So I had to talk to him. My thing is, I'm not arguing with you. I'll walk out. I'll walk. When I walked away, he said that made him feel bad. He was used to that. So me walking away means that I didn't love him. But you have to understand that language, because in their house, arguing and fussing meant love. At least you know they was present. That's how he explained it to me. So you got to use wisdom of understanding each other's culture, understanding who you're dealing with. You can make it. Success is what you make it. This is Jackie H's point of view. It don't have to be the right way. It don't have to be the way. But I'm sharing what caused me to change was those practical things. What could I do to change to make this a success? Since I'm going to stay here, since this is what I want, why not have happiness in it? Why not enjoy it? I don't want to be called a nag. Sometimes people got divorced over something as small as he chewed. I can't take all that smacking. I can't take this snoring. I can't take her doing it's. You'd be surprised what people leave over and why they turn to someone else. That's a big one. We're gonna talk about that too when I come back. Why they went that way. And then you try to quote, no fornication, no adultery, no. You just want to quote what you want to say. But have you ever just take one moment and say, why? Why did you do this to me? Why did this happen? I know it's wrong, but just ask the question sometime why. Maybe they just want you to dress up. Maybe you don't comb your hair. You'd be surprised the little things that people have a problem with. Chew with your mouth closed. You think that will cause you? Hey, I've heard a lot of why. What turns one on, what turns one off. And it's something practical. Maybe I could just say, look, when you chew, close your mouth. Y'all don't want to be raw with me. Y'all don't want to be real. I'm just saying. You're not going to find that in books. And that's somebody who lived a life that can tell you. It's those little things. The Bible says the little foxes. It's those little things that cause it. It's the practical thing. I call it practical. But that's what my friend said. He said, make it practical. You fussing over kids. Kids know how to go to the mother. Kids know how to go to the father. They know y'all arguing, so they play each other. It's those things that you didn't talk about. It's the little thing to get on the same page so you won't have this. But we can't go on the same page, so now we got all this disruption and interruption around us because the practical things is not there. Give of yourself sometimes. You're in a relationship, no matter what a relationship is, who is with. It's those little things that can make or break you. Until next time, I'm your host, Jackie H. I love you. I said I'll talk about it. I've been through a lot. I don't look like for all I've been through, but I'm okay to talk about it. We're going to talk about domestic violence. We're going to talk about all of it. What causes it when the abused become the abuser. All that. Sometimes it stems back to the practical thing that you won't do. Okay? All right? I love y'all. Talk to you later. God bless. See you the next time.